Hey guys, Pattern1979 here. Gonna bring to you guys today a quick head-to-head test. I wanted to make a test as scientific as I could for when it comes to cutting with these two reciprocating. So I have a Ryobi brushless. I'll give you guys the model number real quick. And the model number is P516. So P516, hopefully you guys can see that there. And the Ridgid is the new Ridgid brushless with orbital action. The new Ridgid brushless, it's not octane, it's the new brushless line. Model number is R8647. Hopefully you guys can see that there. So the way I'm gonna do this test, guys, is I have a piece of wall. So this is gonna be a little bit more realistic. I have a timer, I like torque test channel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the timer and I'm gonna wait until the 15-second mark on the timer. So when 15 seconds starts, I am gonna start cutting for 15 seconds into this piece of wall that I tear down and took off from my, I had to do some renovation in my shed, so I had to cut a wall in between those two sections. So you guys can see the timer's ringing. I don't know if you guys can tell, so the timer is ringing right now. All I have to do is press start and it starts counting down. So that's gonna be nice for consistency and timing. What I'm gonna do is gonna cut through this. I'm gonna show you guys the back side. So I have to cut through a piece of 2x3, probably a few nails and stuff. And I have a piece of, I don't know what that is. This is a 1 by something like plank, barn plank or something, and another 1 by something on top here, so another plank. It should be pretty interesting, guys, material wise, how to cut through that. Kind of like an MDF or something on the back side of it. This is going to be an interesting test. I'm just going to do that real quick, and I'm just going to start with the I'm gonna put you guys back. So you guys probably won't see the timer because of the light, and I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try to boost the exposure on my phone here real quick. But I'm just gonna take the Ryobi, just gonna go for 15 seconds with the Ryobi with a brand new Milwaukee wrecker. So brand new Milwaukee wrecker bar. See nothing on there, no damage, not being used once. So brand new blade. I'm gonna start with the Ryobi. If I can unlock it right here. Let's start there. So I'm gonna do Ryobi regular, I'm gonna do the Ridgid non-orbital, then I'm gonna do the Ridgid orbital for 15 seconds, and I wanna see how much it went down on the wood. So I'm gonna try to use some places where there's no nails and no nothing else in the way. Right here should be good. So in the middle of this one. So let's start the test. 19, 17, 15. Oof, that's a wood chipping. I didn't go through a lot, guys. Unfortunately, it didn't make it through a lot. I'm gonna show you guys that real quick. 15 seconds, made it there, cutting through a 1 by 2 by and MDF and all that kind of crap. So this was a really rough project to have to cut through this material and to cut the wall off. That was really rough, guys. There's a lot of wood in here. So all right, so let's go back and let's put you guys here. Switch to the Ridgid, and I forgot to mention, guys, batteries are all full, so you guys won't be able to see this one, but this one's full, and I'll show you guys the one on the Ridgid just to start. Here you go, the Ridgid you're going to be able to see real nice because they changed the color and it's a little bit more easier to see on the Ridgid, so that's nice. So now you can start to see the blade is getting used a little bit. So there's a little bit of dirt and a little bit of wear on that. A little bit there. I have to say, guys, the blade change on the Ryobi is a little bit easier than the Ridgid. This is going to be orbital off for the first one. So orbital is going to be off. If you can see here, A little off sign. Let me have it focused. Hopefully you guys can see that. The other one is on. I'm gonna restart the timer. Just need to make sure I can see my iPad. So Orbital is gonna be off. Let's go. Right next to it. All right. A little bit more progress, a little bit faster. I wouldn't say it's twice as fast, but you guys can see there. So this is the Ryobi, this is the Ridgid. So I tried to go in the same plank and the same top. So the other one I'm gonna cut with Orbital on this side here, just move it a little bit. So I'm gonna go there. But you see the Ridgid, a little bit more progress than the, a little bit more progress. So I'm trying to apply the same pressure. I know it's not super scientific, but at least I get a time and I can see how much progress I can make. For me, that would have been useful to know if I am gonna cut through some materials and stuff, and just something like that. That would be an interesting thing to see. Right now, I'm gonna put Orbital on. I'm gonna turn Orbital on. So when you switch it and you go on the other side, Orbital is now on. So hopefully you guys can see that on the screen. If you got a big TV or something, you're gonna be able to see it. The Orbital sign here is on this side. It means it's on. So you can see the blade is, so you can see the blade is oscillating like that a little. All right, so let's go. Without further ado, let's go with Orbital. All right, guys, Orbital made quite a difference. No joke. All right, I'm gonna show you guys a little bit closer. So this is the Ryobi. This is the Ridgid non-orbital. And this here is, let me put you guys there so you guys can see a little bit more. This here is the Ridgid with orbital. Do it like that, so maybe like this. It'll be good. Yeah, you guys see that. So you guys see the distance here. So the blade is in there. So in here, the blade, you guys see that. And in here, that would have been a whole lot easier to cut with this brushless Reciprocating saw with Orbital Ridgid than the Ryobi, because the Ryobi was a pain and it was jumping all over the place. A little bit more control on the Ridgid. The Ridgid brushless is a little bit more control, so that's nice. Yeah, guys, so I tried to make this test as scientific as I could with what I have in hand. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. This is probably something that I'm going to use in my future format, so some sort of timer with the iPad, and you guys can see the time, and it's going to be consistent every time when I go and do these types of tests. At least we'll get some consistency there. Right now I have to clean this mess up a little bit and just put this back, and I want to show you guys that what I did for that wall. That wall is supported on the back side with some logs. Have some piece of logs there, and I have a screw here, 6-inch GRK structural screw going on the other side and supporting the entire thing. So this thing is not really moving. This thing is solid in place, and it's not moving, guys. That's the way that I made it, so it could take off as much air as possible. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a thumbs up is always appreciated. I'll catch you guys on the next one.